but it wasn't. So that slowed the process down a little bit. And I think although I've improved my posture a lot more, I just need to get used to um, walking in my heels, and just standing tall, just to represent that she's really independent, and um, and just shows that she doesn't really need Mr. Hopkins to kind of like protect her from anything, because she can do that herself. And also during the song Stand Up, during the girls' chorus bit where they run around Mr. Hopkins and a couple of the other men, I think our tutor decided to not do that anymore because it looked a little messy. And so they've decided just to walk on and just stand right next to Rita, which looks a lot more professional. So although we had to do it a few times until we scrapped that idea, it now looks really really good, and it looks a lot more powerful. What do you need to improve on for next session? Well, as I've said before, I just need to improve on my cues, because sometimes I feel like I should go on stage, but it actually isn't at the right time yet. So I just need to go over the script and highlight the parts where I'll interrupt, or I need to walk on stage, just to speed up the process a lot more, because I don't want to be I don't want to slow the whole rehearsal process down. And I also just need to get used to walking in heels, so that my knees aren't bent that much, and to just keep up the posh accent and never and just to make sure that my character isn't robotic, like although she isn't affected by, although you don't really see an emotional side to her at first because she's normally just irritated, I need to just make sure that she's quite naturalistic and she's just a very sarcastic person, so she does actually have a good personality. And I need to make sure that there's a lot of sarcasm as well as being serious, just to show the audience that she's not boring. What songs did you work on? What went well? What didn't go well? We worked on stand up, and as I've said before, we decided, Becky decided that the girls shouldn't run around Mr. Hopkins on the other side of the stage and come back, because it looked a little bit messy, and so they've just decided to step on and just stand there, because then they know their exact places. Because I think when they run around the stage, the placing, the way the women were placed was a little bit scatty. So it looks a lot more clean, and it means that they can just focus on singing to the audience now, because they are just normally facing them. And we also looked at Viva Respawn, which was really good, because I think everyone had a lot of energy, and they were just acting like as if they were just on a holiday, and they were really excited for what's to come. And then we worked on Storm Clouds, which was which was always like a difficult song at first, but now we've obviously decided who's going to sing the higher notes, so we don't sing out of tune, and also the scenes are a lot more natural. For example, the scene with me, Tully, and Hopkins, my timing's got a lot better, but I just need to improve on when I say cheese, because sometimes I'm doubting myself whether it's the right time to say it, because then there's a pause and I feel like I need to say cheese, and then it goes straight into Stormcloud. What do you need to improve on for next session? I think although the timing has got better for the scene Stormclouds with Mr. Tooley and Hopkins, because it's not too snappy, but it's not too slow. It's at a good pace for the audience to keep up with like all the facts. I think I need to never doubt myself when I'm saying cheese, because then I'm slipping out of character and then it'll look really unprofessional. So when I feel like the time is right to say cheese, I just need to get up and believe that that's the right time, because I can't look like unsure, because then that's not what my character is, because she's really assertive, and she all the time she knows what she's doing. So if I say cheese unsure, looking a bit unsure, then the audience will be a little bit confused, and at that point she's just fed up with them both, because they're because Tully's not listening to the fact that in the previous strike many people got hurt, so she can't be she doesn't want to sit at the table anymore, and also she's just been asked to like go get the dessert, and so the cheese is meant to kind of be said like in an angry way, so I need to work on that, and or also just to never to like just maintain the posh accent and her posh like hand gestures and the way she walks, especially in heels. I need to practice that in heels, and just never think that like anything that I'm doing is too posh. Just go to that extra length, because just to also show the comparison between her and the factory girls and how their lives are so different, which is really important, because it kind of shows like equality in different ways. I also think that in stand-up I need to stand up straight more. Even though I'm looking down at Rita, I need to always remember to push back my shoulders and never waver from side to side, which is what I find that I'm doing sometimes, and keep my hands in front of me. But then I need, my tutor said that I need to, on the second stand-up where everybody joins in, like all the women and the men, I need to put my hands by my sides or like grab the railings, which I will have, and look like I'm really proud to say stand up, because that's like kind of the end kind of chorus bit. So it needs to be kind of everyone needs to be really enthusiastic about it and like determined to get equal pay, but because that's what they're fighting for and that's what they're singing for. How are you developing your character physically, facially and vocally? I think I'm developing my character physically because we went over my posture and how when I was sitting and when I was standing up, and Kerry used some examples